Well, I don't think I'm gonna be eating food anymore. I know I really didn't touch on what happened to me with my kidneys because, I didn't even know how to bring it up, but I wanted to bring it up just in case there's somebody else out there that has some kidney issues and that can help me out. Hi, everybody, it's Dee. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for pressing that play button and coming on in. I wanted to tell you really what happened because I know when I did my unboxing video from my very good friend Barbara, thank you again, honey, I just sort of skirted over the issue. But I wanted to let you know that I got really, really sick a couple of weeks ago, because by the time this video comes out, you're going to know that, oh, she really was sick. When Doug was, and if you had seen the video of him installing a storm door, he had to cut that video off. I mean, we literally had to cut that off. The pain was building and building. I had a funny feeling it was my kidney, my left kidney to be exact. Years ago, I had kidney stones like 25 years ago. And the doctor that was helping me, he was a kidney specialist, said to me, your left kidney is soft like a sponge. But years go on and you don't think about anything. And I was feeling fine. Everything was good. But 2 years ago, I had a kidney stone. And it was different than the first two that I had. Now, I'll let you know that at the time that I got my kidney stones 25 years ago, I was doing an Atkins diet, which is basically a high protein, even carnivore diet, okay? My body couldn't accept all the protein. I will never do carnivore or keto, where mostly you have to get all this protein in. And I knew enough that I would never do that. And then 4 years ago, I did the plant-based thing and I lost a lot of weight. I lost a lot of weight on Atkins as well. But I screwed up my kidney when I was doing a high protein diet. And believe me, I was as thin as a rail. I looked fabulous. I really did. But when that kidney specialist said to me, you must get off this diet. Your body is not processing the protein the right way. I sat in the car and I cried because I look good for the first time in my entire life. Like I really looked good. And I knew that I would have to get off of it. And I would have to go with things that were less protein, less calcium, things like that. So I started eating a lot of junk food. And of course, the weight came back on. It did. And then 4 years ago, I went on a plant-based journey, a whole food plant-based. And I have to tell you, I felt fabulous on it. Lost a ton of weight. You can go back 4 years in my videos. If you go all the way back, you'll say, that's Dee and she's thinner. And I was. So fast forward to 2 weeks ago. Doug is doing the storm window outside, right? The storm door. And I'm feeling this awful pressure. It's terrible. My friend calls me on the phone and he says to me, what's going on? I said, I'm in a lot of pain. I said, I feel like my uterus is going to come out of my vagina. I mean, that's what I said to him. But we're friends for many, many years, since I was 5. And I said, something's not right. It feels like it's my kidney. And he went, oh, you should go to the hospital. Well, guys, you should know me by now. I'm not running to the hospital. I just don't want to run. But progressively over the day, I was trying to help Doug. I was filming, to get the video done. But throughout the day, it got worse and worse and worse until finally I said to Doug, I think it's my kidney. But again, I just started to just drink piles of water. I am just drinking water, thinking I'm going to flush this kidney out of my body. Well, at one point of the evening, it was like 7 o'clock at night. The pain started around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. From 2 to 7, I was getting violently sick. I mean, violently sick, but the pain was so excruciating. I was just in the sink, in the bathroom. And it was all bile because I hadn't eaten anything. It was bad. It was bad. And I thought, oh my God, the pain, if the pain is this excruciating and you're throwing up, this is not good. I called 911. I couldn't even get off. I was in a fetal position on the couch. The last 2 times I had a kidney problem, I drove myself to the emergency room. But I was in a fetal position on the sofa that I was like, I can't. I just called 911. I said, have the ambulance come get me because I can't make it. I'm not going to be able to sit in a car. I just didn't know what to do. And Doug kept saying, I'll take you to the emergency room. But I was I don't know if you've ever felt this way where you're just like in a ball, in the fetal position. Going, I don't even know how I'm going to get into an ambulance. That's how bad that was. And I finally got into the ambulance. They came, which is very rare for your girlfriend to be calling 911. I'll be real with all of you. Because in my head, I'm going, what's this going to cost me? I mean, we're on fixed incomes. We're retired. Even though you have Medicare and all these other things, it's just something you think about. So I get into the ambulance, and the guy says to me, how much do you weigh? I told him. How tall are you? I told him. And at this point, I didn't care. I didn't care if anybody, if I was spread eagle on something, I wouldn't have cared. I really wouldn't have cared. And I really wouldn't have. I wouldn't have cared at all. He says, I'm going to call the hospital, and because he could see the pain I was in, he goes, I'm going to get you medical fentanyl. Right away I got very nervous. I said to myself, oh my God. And I looked right at him. I'm like, wait a minute. Wait. What do you mean you're going to give me fentanyl? He goes, no, it's medical grade fentanyl. He says, we'll give that to you so we could try to take away some of the pain. And then he put, an IV in my arm over here and a bag of fluid hanging. And I want you to know, I was drinking water all day. I don't live so far away from the hospital. That bag drained of fluid so fast into my body. And believe me when I tell you I was drinking a ton of fluid, I was. Lots of water. That's all I was drinking all day long. To try to pass that stone, that's terrible. Anyway, so I said, okay, fine, give it to me. At that point, I didn't care. He said to me, you're going to feel a little funny. I thought at this point, if I could feel funny as I'm laying in this bed in an ambulance, go right ahead. So he puts it in. I get it. I swear to you, within seconds, my feet felt funny. It was like crawling up my body. And the pain magically started going away. I was like, oh my God. It was relief. It was just absolute relief because I was dealing with this for hours and hours and hours. I get to the emergency room. I have to have a CAT scan. I don't have to tell you that it's a wait, sit, but the ambulance takes you right in the back, so you don't have to sit in a waiting room. I don't think I could have. They would have found me on the floor in a waiting room had I had to sit in a waiting room. So the ambulance takes you right in the back of, the ER. It takes you right into the ER. Spoke to the doctor. He says, let's do a CAT scan. Came back with the information from the CAT scan. And he said, yeah, you have a kidney stone. It's in your urethra and it's got to work its way out. He even pointed where it was. And I said, yeah, that's where I'm feeling the pain now because it was traveling. So I laid there for about 4 hours. I know, it's ridiculous. Thank God Doug was there. My daughter came in with Chad, her fiance, and everybody was there. Because I was hurting. I really was scared. I was scared. I thought, this is not happening to me again. I just had this 2 years ago. And 2 years ago, I played Russian roulette with this because I didn't have really great insurance. I was only 63 at the time. And my insurance sucked. So I played Russian roulette in my own house for about 10 hours in that kind of excruciating pain and also throwing up. So this time I was like, I'm not taking any chances. It's 2 years later. I'm on Medicare. I'm going to take advantage of that. So now I'm fine. I passed the stone. I'm good. I will be seeing and speaking to a kidney specialist soon. July. That's when they can get you in, for a virtual call. Yeah. It's amazing. It's amazing how our medical system works now. But anyway, I thought to myself, I have got to find out what it is I can eat, what I can't eat. Well, I got this. I put on my refrigerator. There you go. Take a look at that. It's for your friendly kidneys. Those foods to enjoy and those foods to avoid. Okay? Now, you guys don't know this, but I started to go back doing a little bit more plant-based just like a day before I had my kidney stone. So it's very close together. And I'm reading this, okay? The foods I should avoid. Now, on a whole food plant-based diet, they allow you to have lentils and beans. Well, I just found out as I Googled and researched that beans and lentils were not something I should be eating. And I was like, oh, okay, I see. So they have to be wiped off the map. And my fear is like, where does the protein come from then? You know, where am I going to get the protein from? Can't have the beef. The beef is an absolute no-no. It said it's somewhere on here. But the only protein that I can have is tuna fish, shrimp, turkey breast with no skin, egg whites, oysters, and flounder. Okay, that's the only protein sources I could have, and probably very limited. Also, some of the vegetables that I thought I could have, I can't have, which is amazing to me. Spinach was one of them I can't have. And of course, no calcium whatsoever. So now I'm saying to myself, I am 66 years old. I have to get a calcium substitute of something. So when I talk to the doctor, when I speak to the kidney specialist, I'm going to have to ask him, what can I take that's not going to hurt my kidneys? Because too much calcium will cause like a uric acid stones and then protein stones. There's two different kinds of stones. So it's very, very limited. So you might actually see your girlfriend starting to lose weight on camera and wondering, because I'm not going to talk about my diet. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not coming on here to say anything to anybody. I mean, I might post pictures in a short to say, like, you'll see, like, maybe what I ate for the day or what I cooked. But it's very, very limited. It's extremely limited. And I'm going to keep to this. I have no choice. I'm still my goofy, funny self. Please don't even go in that direction where you go, oh my God, Denise. No, everything is going to be okay. But the idea is I really have to do this now and not take any chances. And of course, sodium, that kind of thing. I thought I was fine to eat bananas. Can't. Now, on a low food, plant-based diet, a whole food plant-based diet that I did 4 years ago, I was eating beans, I was having bananas, I was losing weight like crazy. But bananas are not one of the things I can have, so that's going to be going out the window too. It sucks, though. It really does. And I could only have like not skim milk, soy milk, rice milk, coconut milk, cashew milk, those kind of things. So I'm really going to have to find out like what calcium supplement can I take that won't affect this left kidney. I knew for a while that this kidney was, not too good. I put it on the back burner. I didn't say too much because I had no problem with it until 2 years ago. And when that third kidney stone came up, and then, of course, I'm having flashbacks of what the surgeon had said to me 25 years ago. He said, if you don't eat properly, you will be in this dialysis center, because they did send me to a dialysis center to meet with the doctor when I was doing a high protein diet. So I screwed up my left kidney, pretty bad, I'll be fine. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not sitting here. But if you do see, me losing weight and I'm not mentioning it, it's only because of this that I have to stick to. I want to do whatever I can do to protect my kidney, and I will do anything to protect my kidney. I'll be real with you. So I'm not playing games. I just won't play games. I can't. I really can't. But this was not going to be a long video. I just wanted to get you up to date just to let you know, because I left it there, on the table as I was doing the unboxing. I said, yeah, I'm fine. But then I thought to myself, I really should make this video because I'm pretty sure people are going to be asking some questions or wondering like what happened. So there you go. That's the answer. That's what happened. But I'll be fine. I'm not sitting here like, oh, woe is me. It'll be fine. If you have kidney stones, please leave it in the comments section below and let me know what you're doing, what you're eating, have your doctor said, what you're taking as a calcium supplement, because I don't know what I'm going to do. I really don't know what kind of supplement I'm going to be able to take. So that should be interesting. That should be really interesting. And then, of course, I'll go over this with the doctor when I go meet him virtually. Yeah, I know. But I'll go over with him and say, anything in the bad section. And you know what kills me? I'm going to tell you, to be honest with you now. I'm a pretzel fiend. I love pretzels. I love them. I love them. I love them, right? You know, it's one of the things you can't have. No cheese, no dairy, none of it, none of it, none of it. No processed meats, like no deli meat, no beef at all, which is not a problem for me because, you know, I'm not really a red meat eater to begin with. But like there's nothing processed at this point. Nothing will be processed. So maybe I'll be the incredible shrinking woman on camera, although this will not be a diet channel. It won't be. I just thought I saw somebody. Anyway, my friends, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for listening to me. If you guys have any kidney issues or diets that you do, please leave it in the comment section below and let me know, like calcium supplements, what you're taking, you know, what you're staying away from, because I gotta know. I would like to know if you're dealing with anything like that. Anyway, short video. I love you guys. Be kind to each other. The heart is all that matters. And you know I will see you all again. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you'd like. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye-bye. Mwah.